Hi, friends. Happy Friday. It's 5 o'clock. It's like, uh-oh. Can you guys hear me? Hold on, girls. Now can you hear me? We might have a mic issue here. Let's see if this works. Oh gosh, I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. Someone let me know if you can hear me. We're having a little mic issue. It's a great way to make a girl sweat right when she starts. Welcome to 5 Journals on a Journey. We're going to do it. I'm broadcasting live on both Facebook and YouTube. So let me know where you're coming in from. I'm not seeing any comments yet. There's Carol. Carol, can you let me know? Can you hear me? Hey, Debbie. Oh, good. Stacy says loud and clear. Phew, I was sweating a little bit there for a minute. Hey, Janet and Missy and Trisha's here. Thanks for letting me know. She said, hey, Gracie. Hey, Trisha. How are you? What's going on, girls? There's Lori. Hello, Lori. Mary is here. There's Dina. Oh my gosh, you guys. I feel like this day has been so rushed. There's sweet Dina. I have Kris Hunter's book. I don't know. I'm guessing many of you have already seen this, but if you haven't seen it, if this is new to you, please let me know in the comments, because then I'll know that I should say more. But this 5 Journals on a Journey, it's been going on for a little while. When did we start? This is the second month, right? So many of you probably already know how this is all working out, but if you don't, please let me know. There is Cheryl, one of the other journal adventurers. So Dina, Cheryl, Michelle, Kris Hunter, and I, we are all exchanging journals, sending them off to each other each month. We created our own cover, and we put one grouping of pages inside, one signature of pages in our own book, and then we sent it off to the next person who is adding a signature of pages onto the next person who adds a signature of pages, so that each one of us, let me open up, this book is amazing. Each one of us will end up with 5 signatures. So you can kind of see this here in her. She has right now it's a removable. It's going to be a hidden binding is what they call this. So this little board is holding all of the pages for the book. And then she will glue it into place here. It'll get glued down into her gorgeous book. And then her book is ready. And she used a box to create her book. It's amazing. It's really amazing. But anyway, each person will end up with 5 signatures, 5 groupings of pages to make up the book. It's my turn to work in Kris's book, and I'm super excited. Christina. Christina, your comment. I had to put it up on the screen because that's funny, girl. That is funny stuff right there. I came to your page, she said, and the first thing I saw was bite me. If you don't know what that means, when we're done with the event tonight, come back to my page and see what she means about bite me. It's a new color. See what she was talking about there. So fancy. Jennifer girl. You ain't kidding. Hello, Miss Carmela. How are you, friend? All right, this book. Okay. The nice thing about this book is that the signature, the binding, and the signatures right now, they're removable. So it makes it a little bit easier to work with, right? Like, because we don't have to have her book itself. Let me put that aside. Her book is a box. She made her book. I'll show you in a way if I can. She made her book out of a box. So it is very square. It's very thick and sturdy. But beyond, and I'm going to make this screen bigger so that you can just see this. It's easier for you to see this way. Very thick and sturdy. It's like one of those gift boxes almost, I think, that you can buy, one of those fancy gift boxes. But she covered it all. Like, the cover is a scene. It's this gorgeous scene. I don't know. I mean, I did watch. Look at this, you guys. The amount of detail and work. This is beyond Gracie, if you know me, because I'm not a detail. I love grunge and I love distressed. It's probably because I'm a little bit lazy. Let's just be honest. It's because I'm the lazy crafter. I love this and I appreciate the detail so much. Like, look at this detail. Those are all like, that's all 3D. Those are like fabric or plastic bits of embellishment. And she put bling. I don't know if you can see all the bling all over the map. She put a little bling, I think, for each spot where we're located, each of the 5 ladies on the journey. And she has little like dragonflies here. And then in the back even, she's got all this bling. I mean, that is all 3D. I know it's really hard for you to see. I'm trying to hold it in a way that you can see how that pops off of it. It is gorgeous. Gorgeous does not justify how beautiful this is. Thankfully, with the way that this book has been created, I can put this aside. I'm going to show you a little bit of the pages. I don't want to show you too much. Hold on. Let me put this in a safe place so I don't roll over it with my chair or anything. I don't want to show, I do want to show you, but I will not show you all of Cheryl's pages. So this first signature is the signature that Kris created for herself. You've seen this. If you watched Kris's first few sessions on this, you saw her put these together. Same thing with Cheryl. Cheryl, for the most part, in the last event last month, on the first of the month, she put these pages together. That's the second signature. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And she did the most special closure. When you close this up, there's like a quilt block surrounding this with a little pin with all these embellishments on it, and you pin it closed, and that holds her signature closed. I wanted to show you that because it's beautiful. And if you haven't seen it yet, I mean, look at the embroidery on that quilt block. This she put together during her lives on her page. And if you missed it, you could go back to Cheryl's page and watch this one come together. I don't want to flip through all of Cheryl's pages because I remember Cheryl saying, I'm going to do a few things. After the lives were done, Cheryl wanted to do a few things in this signature that Kris wouldn't know about, that are going to be, even if Kris was watching all of the lives, there are things in here that she doesn't know about. So I don't want to reveal anything to Kris that Cheryl didn't want her to see. Now we all saw Kris create her pages. They're beautiful. They're so stinking, to me, they're so organized. Like every page has distressing on it. Every page has rounded corners. I don't create like this. I admire it. And I'm blown away at how gorgeous this is. However, this isn't the way I create junk journals. So what's just fantastic about this whole thing, I love this middle spread, Kris. I love it. I love this page so much. You can see that it's her middle spread. She has her little tie here. Her little piece of waxed thread holding it all together is in the middle there in a little bow. So sweet. What's fabulous about this is we all do have very different ways of creating junk journals, and we have different styles. I think there are some similarities, but we do have differences. And so each one of these signatures that comes in each one of these books is going to be unique and is going to hold the characteristics and the talents of each of the ladies who are creating in these books. So what a treasure, right? What a treasure to have. And I don't want to reveal too much of this one, so I'm gonna hold it closed. Mine will come next. I'll be the third signature here. So we're going to start putting together this third signature for Kris Hunter's book. I don't know, did anybody see, is Kris here? I haven't been watching the comments while I was explaining everything because I wanted, to not lose my train of thought there. It wasn't a box. It wasn't a box. Missy says it wasn't a box. It was built out individually. I thought she did hers like Cheryl did hers out of a box. I thought she did the same thing. It's gorgeous. Either way, it's gorgeous and it looks like a big box. It is amazing. I agree, Jennifer. I agree. It's so beautiful, Kim. And you know what? Yes, North Dakota. She put North Dakota. I'm trying to put a little bit of North Dakota in each signature because I'm from North Dakota. So I'm putting a little bit of my state in the signatures that I'm creating for each of the boxes. So it's really kind of fun. I think the other ladies are trying to do similar things. She has vintage linens in her books. Yes, Lynn, she has quite a collection. If you're not following Cheryl, her business page is Mama P's Crafty Creations. You guys should go over and follow each of these ladies because each one of us has a different style, a different way, different techniques. You can learn different things from each one of us, but we also offer a variety of products, membership groups, workshops that you all might want to take advantage of. So if you can follow each one of us, we would really appreciate the follow, and I think you would really enjoy it. Kris says she made it out of chipboard. The whole thing is made out of chipboard. Well, Kris, it's amazing. And it looks like a big box. It looks so much. I had Cheryl's book first. And it looks so much like that in construction. It's amazing. Karen's watching from Texas. Well, welcome, my southern friend. I'm all the way up in North Dakota. Yes, I love all the styles too, Capri. A little room for everybody. So, but look at this. I had to count because I was like, hold on a minute. The size of these signatures, they're very different. It cracks me up. I love it so much. They're very different. I create more in Cheryl's style where there's all this like chunky goodness hanging out of this, bits and bobs of fabrics and just doilies and just stuff hanging out. That's kind of how I create. I like it to be chunky. I like my books big and chunky. Kris's is so organized and all of the pages are exactly like proportionate to each other. I love it so much. I love it. Okay, it's my turn to add something. I'm going to put this aside. I wanted to just show you so you knew what was happening, especially if you haven't been catching all the lives. So I went through my stash a little bit and gathered up some things. But then, as the other ladies were live, I'm the third one to go live in the event tonight. There are 2 more lives after me showing other ways of putting these books together, and you'll get to see more books. This looks a little crooked. But as the other ladies were creating, I had pre-chosen the pages that I was going to use for Kris's book. And then as the ladies were working, I was like, oh, maybe I want to use this and maybe I want to use that. So I think I've mucked up my whole plan. So we'll see. Kris says, I haven't decorated or added anything to my signature yet, so I don't even care if I can't close the book. I love a chunky book. You do too, Kris. I love me a big old chunky book. Thick and chunky. It's how I like it. Oh, that's so funny. Who was first today? Michelle was first. Michelle Hill from the Vintage Daisy was first. And then Cheryl from Mama P's Crafty Creations was after her. Now it's my turn. Grace here at the Comfy Nest with Grace. And then you don't know who's up next. I will let you know at the end of my live. It's a page hop. So we're hoping you're going to hop over to each person's page, visit the page, visit us in the live demonstration and chat with us. Hello in Oregon. Hello, Miss Nancy. And Sandy says, I'm learning all about this from Florida. Well, welcome, my southern friend. My sister lives in Florida. She lives in Southwest Florida. Okay. First. Okay. When we filled out the little sheets saying the things that we like and we don't like, Kris's was filled out so well, so clear and concise. What is your favorite color? Pink. Her favorite color is pink. So we got us some pink for these pages. I have this is really just, I love anything polka dot. I don't know about you guys if you're fans. I love polka dots. I love stripes. I love both of those things with florals. I love vintage, but I also love bright and contemporary. So it's really hard to say, do I have a favorite anything? It's really hard for me to pick. I don't know. Are you guys like that? I like so many different styles. I do love polka dots though. This is a really bright and pretty page with lots of pink, and but it's white on one side. This is double-sided cardstock. It does have a texture on one side and it's smooth on the other, but I'm going to pair these 2 together to create one of the sheets. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a hole out of this polka dotted page, and we're going to sew these together, I think, and we're going to create a little pocket. Hello, Anne. Thanks for being here. So I'm going to make this bigger so you can see what I'm working on as opposed to my face. I may get my face back in when I'm trying to chat with you guys. Maureen says, I like chunky books too. I like me chunky books. Who else likes chunky books? Okay, I want to get a circle out of this, actually an oval. So I'm pulling out the old, oh goodness, I hate this thing. I hate it, but it does the job. Does anybody else have this set of these shapes from Creative Memories? I hate to say that I hate it. It works really well. It's a set of blades that come in different sizes and a set of shapes. You can get circles, there's stars, I think, ovals. I use the oval most often, but I'm going to cut an oval out of this, but I need it to be in the middle of this panel, right? So this will help me create that shape in the middle of this panel. What I did, you probably can't notice it, but this is what I did just to give you a tip when you're trying to find the middle. I do not like rulers. I do not like fractions. I do not like to measure. I am the lazy crafter. So I found lazy ways to do everything that just make it easy for me. Okay. This is 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. This is our standard for all of these journals on a journey. 8.5 by 11 piece of paper folded in half. That should be the size of all of our pages. We did that so it would make it easy on everybody. Now, that being said, I want this circle to go in the middle here, but to keep, so that I don't have to measure anything, all I do is I fold this in the middle and give myself a little finger press. I learned this in quilting when I was learning to quilt. So I have that little indent in the paper there that you wouldn't have noticed otherwise that tells me that is the middle, and then I'm going to eyeball it. So that's about where I want to cut this circle, okay? I don't want to cut it through both. I just want to cut it through one. So we're going to try this. I don't always have success with this, so please cross your fingers. Cross your fingers. Oh, I already flipped it. Wish me well here because I don't always have good success with this. I think it's a lack of patience is the reason why. But what you do is you put those two little dots inside one of the tracks on this little shape, whatever shape you want to use, and then you push down on the blade and you move it around. Now, what I've learned is really key. If you get a set of these and your blades are old and well used, they're not going to cut very well. You need to have good new blades on your cutter. Your oh, my shoulder hurts to hold that way, but I'm going to do it anyway. I have like an impingement in my shoulder, so just, you guys, getting old stinks is what I would say about that. Anyway, you want to make sure you have nice, strong blades and take your time. Make sure the hand that is holding the little shape down doesn't move, because if you lose your spot, you're kind of a mess. Before I take my hand up, I'm going to actually wiggle this, and yep, see how it's completely released. If there was a part that was still connected, I would want to be able to put that back down and get the blade back in the track, and you should be fine with placement as long as you don't move the little blue piece. Now it's all cut out, so I'm in good shape. I'll probably use this for something, but now I have this. Lovely, right? Hey, Madeline, welcome back. Hello, hello. You're a CM consultant, Sherry. I don't know a lot about the. I don't know a lot about this. Okay, this whole system. I'm sorry to say that I hate it. It's just that, you know what it was? I had terrible blades. I had really old, terrible blades, and I couldn't cut the paper right. And then when I finally stopped being cheap and I went and bought another set of blades off the site, then I have success. So my hating it was my own fault because I was being cheap. I didn't want to buy new blades. It is really key that you have good blades. So don't go cheap on it. If you're not getting good success with this system, it's probably because, like me, you don't have good blades. So get yourself some new blades. Find a consultant like Sherry. Reach out to her. I'm sure she'd be willing to help you. Make sure you get good blades because it does make it a lot easier. Now, what I want to do, I'm going to sew these two pages together, but I think it would be really cute to make this like a little pocket here so that we can stuff something in either that way or up top. I don't usually do up top, but that could be fun. Let's get this folded. This is just our first page that we're working on. And since this page had a little bit more to it, I just thought I'd do it first so that way I'm sure we're not going to run out of time. So these are going to be sewn together. I'll get out my little Babsy. We're going to sew this together. And I have some acetate that I'm going to glue here so that it's a little window. Let me get that comment off the screen so you guys can see better. Leslie says she used to be a creative memories consultant. You loved it. Oh, that's good. Cheryl, creative memories or CM are the words to describe the company that created this system. I don't know that you can. Oh, it's on this too. Creative memories, CM. That's the name of the company that created this blade system. I wasn't going to pull them out because I thought no need to pull them all out. But now that you guys are all asking, oh, let me see if I can find the other blades. Hold on, girls. Here. See? Like when you buy the oval shape, it comes with lots of different sizes of them. And then it comes with 3 different blades so that you can make the different size ovals or circles or whatever shapes you've invested in. It can be an easy way. Once you have a Cricut, you may not want to do it this way, but this is really easy. When you don't want to get over to your Cricut and then program everything. This can be a really easy way to just get your one shape out of one piece of paper. Okay, I got some acetate. I've been having fun with this. I'm going to grab a piece out of here. I see a little one here and I don't know. Oh, it is big enough. I think it's big enough. Yeah, that'll work. So I take this, I got the acetate online. I'm going to make room so I can get back over here now. Okay, so I got the acetate so that I could do these little pockets, which is great, right? I'm going to glue this on here and then it'll have that little plastic window on it, which is great. You won't see what's back here because these 2 pages are going to be sewn together. So all I need to do is really glue that down into place. I could cut it down a little bit more. It's a little bigger than I needed. I think you can see that on the screen, but it doesn't really matter. No one's going to see it. I'm going to use, not this because I don't like that glue. Where is it? I'm going to use my my Fabri-Tac. And I have a fine tip on here so I can get a really fine application of this glue here, like right above the oval and right below it. The rest of it, I can be more liberal because the acetate goes further beyond, right? So it doesn't matter what the glue looks like back here. I know it looks all wonky and it's not straight. That's kind of how I am, girls. It's kind of how I roll. It's just how I roll. I'm going to stick this down on here and we're just going to let that set. Now I have a little oozing glue, a little acetate coming down from here. As long as it dries before you put your 2 pages together, you're going to be in good shape, right? Because nobody's going to see this. This is going to be hidden. So it doesn't really matter what my glue looks like, my glue job. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? All you're going to see is this. This is going to be hidden behind this, like that. But I do need to make sure, since I had a little oozing glue, that this isn't tacky because I don't want this to stick to this. I'm going to get my little eraser out and erase some of that glue. One of these little gummy erasers helps to remove excess glue if you have it. So it just has it's not necessarily wet, the glue that oozed out, but it's a little bit tacky. So just to clean it up to make sure nothing's sticking to each other. Now, what I'll do is I'll end up sewing. Now I have to decide, I have to make a decision. Do I want a pocket going this way? Or do I want it going from the top? I kind of think I want it from the top. I think what I'm going to do. No, maybe the side. I can't decide, girls. Make a decision, Gracie. Make a decision. Let's go with the side. Oh, good gravy. I'm going to do that just so there's like a little spot that you can see that that's a pocket now. It kind of gives you an indication. Pocket here, but also we'll end up sticking something in there eventually when we decorate the page. Okay, this is going to be one of our pages. I won't take it to the sewing machine because I'm going to do another one similar to this. So I'll take that to the sewing machine when I get the other one ready. So let me show you some of the other pages we got going on. Hey, Vicky. And you don't have to apologize. If you guys come late, we're just happy you're here. We're happy you made it. You guys are talking weather. Hey, Debbie Fritz, welcome, welcome. Yeah, a lot of you know Creative Memories or have someone saying I have a friend who's a representative for Creative Memories. I'm just checking comments, so I make sure I chat with everybody. Okay, this was like I was thinking, oh, yes, we always want some music paper, but I'm not sure. This was a last minute. I'm going to grab that just in case I want it. This was last minute. I'm going to grab it just in case I want it. This was last minute. These are all just book pages. These actually came from, all 3 of these came from one of the junk journal bundles that I've sold in my shop in the past. I'm not sure on these. I'm going to put them under the mat for now. This definitely was something I wanted to use. So it's 2 pieces of cardstock. They both have white backs, which I do not like in books. So I'm going to sew them together. It'll make, you know, like doubly thick cardstock, right? Look what it says. I just, when I saw this, I was like, this is perfect for Kris Hunter. Fairest of them all. Perfect for my friend Kris. So we're going to put this in her book, and we may make a little pocket or something here. I'm not sure. We're working it out as we go. Working it out as we go, ladies. So I actually took these were from 12 by 12 decorative scrapbook paper is what this was. And I picked it out beforehand, and I cut it down to 8.5 by 11 beforehand so that you guys wouldn't have to be watching me cut all these papers. These were both 12 by 12 pieces of paper that I cut down as well. So I went to my scrapbook stash, my scrapbooking paper stash, and grabbed some pages from there. This one actually is going to go this way. So when we sew these together, it'll look like this, but I think I want to do something. I think I'm going to sew these right down the middle and make 4 little pockets. That's what I'm thinking, girls. So hang tight because I want to test something out. Hold on, girls. I will have to know where the center is. I'm going to end up sewing right through Fairest of them all, but it's okay because we'll still be able to see it. But I think this could be, there's a couple of ways we could do this. I think this could be cute. Hold on, I want to test something out. I want to grab a tag. Hold on, girls, I'm just across my room. I want to grab a tag. Because I think I can make 2 pockets so I can fit tags in. Yes, like that. So we can slide the tags in and out. See what I'm saying? Follow me when I'm laying down here. So now I really I need to do, I hate measuring. I hate it. I hate precision. I hate measuring. Let's see. It's 8.5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. So that means 4 1/4 is my center point. So I better get a pencil. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 1/4. This spot right there is my center. It's right above that big, thick, heavy line right there. I really don't have to measure on this side. I mean, I could be precise, but I hate precision. 1, 2, 3, 4 1/4, right above that bold green line in the middle is where I'm going to have to sew to make all of our pockets. Before I sew them down, though, I want to give myself those little half circles again so that we can see that these are little pockets, if you know what I mean, if you know what I'm saying. So, oh, good gravy. Why do I do this to myself, girls? Let's see, I got to put it back in line, and 4 1/4. So half of 4 1/4 would be what? 2 and something. 2 and something or other. I don't know. What is it, girls? I do better if I can see it on a ruler. Get a ruler we can see, girls, because our eyes are old. Our eyes are old and we are tired. Okay, here's 4 1/4. Yes. 2 and would it be 1/8? 1/16? What is it? What's the center? It's just about here. I say just about there. But to make sure, even if I'm off, I want to be off in the same place on both of those. It looks like I meant to do that. So I'm going to take my ruler across where I left that little mark there. And we're going to make that same mark over here. That way they'll at least be in the same spot, even if they're wrong. I'm just marking where I'm going to put these little half circles. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing down here. I can see better with the numbers on the ruler. Doesn't help that I have 2 pieces of paper there. I'm going to come from this end. There's 1, there's 2, and then like 2 and a couple of notches. Like the way I do math? 2 and a couple of notches, girls. That's where you're going to put your mark. Listen, it's a junk journal, friends. It's a junk journal. I can guarantee you nobody is like measuring the distance of your half circles or the distance of your sewing or nothing. I love things really wonky in my books. It takes a lot less effort and stress that way. I'm trying to be a little bit precise. I'm going to make little half circles instead of big ones. Just where I made that mark, I'm going to come in and just put a little notch. Not even a half circle. It's just a little notch. We're taking out a little chunk. My hand feels very shaky, even though I've had no coffee recently. Come on, stay still. So see what it's doing? It's just giving us that little notch so we can, I might want it a little bigger actually. We might need a little more notch than that, girly. I am not. Do not follow me if you're looking for tips on precision. You can follow me if you're looking for easy ways to create with no stress. And we embrace wonky and imperfect here. We really do. Okay, now we're going to create pockets for our tags here. Like our tags are going to be able to slip in here, right? That'd be so cute. However, this is white now, and I don't like that. I know that's like, it's getting a little particular, isn't it? I don't want to see little white there. So we're gonna do something about that. I think I'll just take, should we do a really bright like pop of color that you wouldn't be expecting? She says she likes pink. Should we do a bright pink? Or maybe not. Maybe I should just do green. That's bright still. Yellow. We could do yellow. There's yellow on here. Yellow. All of her pages are brown though. All of her pages in her book. Oh, good gravy, Gracie. Make a decision. All of her pages are distressed brown. So let's just go with a brown. Oh, good gravy. I'm second guessing myself. I'm just going to muck it up a little here so that when you see that little notch, you don't see white. See? And I'll end up doing all of the edges of these, but not until after I sew. I'm going to wait until after I sew. I just need this first part to be mucked up, distressed, as they say. There. Same thing on this side. I don't generally distress everything in my books. I don't do it. Again, lazy girl here. I do some of them, but I don't feel like all of my pages need to be distressed. Okay, that's going to look really nice, actually. And her pages had rounded corners. Did Cheryl round? No, Cheryl didn't round all her corners. So I think I'll do a combination of rounded and non-rounded, if that makes any sense. And look what I did. Oh no, that's okay. That's right. All right, I think I can get Babsy out because these are probably, maybe we should look at the other pages first. Because I want to, when I start sewing, I want to sew everything I'm going to sew all at once. So I don't have to keep taking Babsy off of, you know, her spot and putting her back and getting her back again. Okay, let's just take a look at some more pages and let me check the comments. Let's see, what's everybody saying? What's everybody saying? Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome, welcome. She has bright pink. You get to see this finally. Well, welcome, Tina. I'm so glad you made it. Jana's still drinking coffee. Anne says that people are helping me. 1/8? Oh my gosh, 2 1/8. Thank you. I'm like 2 in one of those little marks. I don't know. Leslie says the weather is perfect now for the next 8 days. Well, God bless you and enjoy it. You could do that. Betty says, what if you sewed only 2/3 of the page so you don't go through the words? We could do that. That's absolutely an option. Isn't that perfect for Kris? Anne agrees with me. That phrase is indeed perfect for Kris Hunter. Okay, here's what else I have. So these will be 2 pages. Now, did I say, I don't remember if I said it or not. Kris's signature has 7 pages. Cheryl's signature has 10 pages. So I think I can go as little as 7 or as high as 10. That's what I'm determining. Those are 2 pages. I took a couple of medium-sized doilies earlier, and I thought instead of, most of the time what we do in a book is we take a doily and we fold it in half, and it just goes in the book folded in half. But I thought, what if I took 2 medium-sized doilies and overlapped them a little bit and then glued them together, which I did. I overlapped, then I glued, and then this fold line, so this can become a bigger doily page. See how much bigger it is than just folding it in half. What I did with the fold line, because it has so much of this, I'll call it filigree, all of this paper that has all the holes in it. There's so much of it in this section where I overlapped them that I was afraid it was going to tear easily with just glue. So I glued it, and then I put a piece of wide floral washi tape in the middle, and I actually glued that down. I didn't just rely on the washi tape sticky that comes on the tape, because washi tape is repositionable. It is not permanent adhesive. So I actually added glue. I used Mod Podge actually. I really just Mod Podged the tape down on this side and on this side, so that at that fold line, when I poke holes in this to sew it through, so me, if that makes any sense. How did we lose the table cam? What happened there? What happened to my table cam, girls? I don't know which, like the camera just changed on its own. I did nothing. Creepy. Why does that happen? Why does that happen? All right, so there's a third page. Easy, I already did that one. Can't not have some coffee stained paper. This is coffee stained legal size paper. When I coffee stain paper, I generally try to add some type of like metallic element, shimmer element, glitter element to it. So that's what we have here. And it's in like a shape of one of my stencils. So this is too big this way if I just fold it in half, right? So I will fold this. Okay, if we go, we want it 11 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At 11 inches, it's too long. Everything after that is too long, right? So that's this point right here. So I'm going to fold it at that point. And then I'll have an extra flap here that we can do something with. So bear with me. You'll see what I mean when I get it all together. I actually really want this metallic to be seen on this side of the page. So I'm going to fold this way. And then we're going to fold this in half so that it's the same size as all the other pages. But now this page also has this flap, which I think what I'm going to end up doing is gluing these down or sewing them to make it a little tuck spot. So this actually, I think I will take this to the sewing machine as well. So that's 3 pages to bring to the sewing machine. This one doesn't need to be sewn at all. So I'm just going to make 2 piles, pages that need to be sewn, pages that don't need to be sewn. Okay. If that makes any sense, I hope. All right. Let's see what everybody's saying. Yeah. You like the doily idea? It's just a way to make it bigger. It's just a way to make it bigger, which I thought, when I thought it through, I thought, you know, we can make this work. we can reinforce this and make it work so that we have a bigger doily in her book. Okay. This is a digital download that I purchased from somebody. I don't remember who. And then I printed it on my printer, double-sided on white cardstock. So now I forgot on my printer, I can print edge to edge. I can print like this digital download is printed all the way to the edge, but I forgot to click that setting when I printed these pages out. So you see how it has this white edging on it? I don't want that. So I'm going to tear this down. We're going to tear this down because I don't like the white edging. And honestly, if I tear it down and it's wonky in size, I'm really good with that because I don't like everything to be super perfect in my books. I like them to actually be quite wonky. I'm going to go this way. It's easier for me to put the ruler on the skinny part that I don't want and put a lot of pressure on it, and then to pull up on the big part. And I love torn edges. I really do. So torn edges make me happy as opposed to these really straight edges. The more torn up, the more wonky, the better. The more I like it. Just, I don't know why. It's like the island of misfit toys. It's like me rooting for the underdog. Like, you ain't perfect, and I love you even more for it. It's like, like it that you're imperfect and you're a little misshapen. And I like that you're wonky and you're like the Charlie Brown tree and Island of Misfit Toys. I'll always root for the underdog. It's just kind of who I am. I think that's why I like things a little wonky. So we're just going to, I'm not really checking to see if I'm super straight for the same reason I just described. But now we have color all the way around. Oh, right there we don't. We have a little bit of white right there. Right here, just a teeny tiny bit of white. Let's get rid of it. It might be from the way the paper was torn. Let's take a little more off and see. Yeah, it's just the way the paper is being torn. It's that you can see the paper pulp in between because it's a nice thick cardstock. All right, so this, I just think these designs just make really pretty pages in junk journals. Very unexpected and pretty. I'm not going to be sewing anything on that, so it can go in that pile. One of my favorites. This is one of my favorites coming up. You like that print? Isn't it pretty? It's 40 here, and I'm proud to be a Michigan hunter. Well, Tina, welcome from Michigan. Okay, so this page is one of my favorites. It's from my telephone book, and actually, I told you I'm going to put a little North Dakota in every single one of the girls' books, so they have a little bit of me, a little bit of North Dakota. The telephone book that I've been using to do my paper collage with my paper scraps, this page, I was like, this is perfect because it has North Dakota zip codes on one side. The other side is gorgeous. I really love the way this turned out. It has some rice paper. It just has scraps of paper. But this is particularly exciting for me. It is very crunchy. I love texture. Very textured. I don't know if you can see that it's kind of raised up. It's very textured tissue paper that I scrunched up in that corner. So when I pulled this out of my telephone book, all of the pages had been glued down previously, but they didn't feel really cohesive. So I took a really thick layer of Mod Podge hard coat and just put a layer of it down. It kind of secured the tissue paper in place. Now that's nice and firmly in place. And it kind of pulled everything together. This is going to become one of the pages in the book. I just think it's really pretty and really interesting to look at. And it's a great way to use up your scraps. This is one of the ways that I do my, what I call tired crafting. When I'm too tired to craft, but I want to do something creative, I will collage papers in my old telephone book or in one of my old novels so that I have a book full of collaged pages to use in my junk journals or as backgrounds for mixed media projects and things like that. This one, I don't think I will take this to the sewing machine either. So I'm going to put it in the non-sew pile. Okay. I put one of these pages in Cheryl's book, and it's got to go in Kris's book too. This is a page from my old, no, actually, this is my new calendar. You know, if you guys buy a paper calendar, I picked a page that had December 5th on it because December 5th was the day that Kris Hunter emailed all of us and said, hey girls, I have an idea for 5 journals on a journey. Do you want to do it with us? So December 5th is the day that happened. So I have this little post-it note to remind me what day it was. And this will be a page in her book. And I will do something special to, like, I'm going to write something or put something on this date in her book so that she can remember it too. It kind of like is like a keepsake or a commemorative for that date. Okay, so that's what that page is all about. Thank you, Lynn. You're so sweet to me. She said, you are an amazing creator, Gracie. I don't know if these hearts are going to work because I'm using StreamYard, but that heart's for you, my friend. Ginny, isn't that fun? I do love to find ways to put a little bit of you or something a little bit special in a book that has, like, you know, it's just something special, which I think is great. Okay. Next up, I have a huge collection of books that I've been collecting for years. Poem books and art books and gardening books and cookbooks. And I pull from the pages of these books often to put in my junk journals. I don't want to use the original pages. I'm a little bit of all right, let me get you know, so you can see me for a minute. I'm a little bit of a sentimental fool. And I'm a little bit, Michelle and I had this conversation a long time ago where I told her, if I find a really precious book, I have a really hard time ripping it up. I have no problem ripping up a novel that I know is in circulation everywhere, like a book like that, like one of the Harlequin novels or something. I have no problem with that. But if I feel like it's a special book, I don't want to tear it up. So oftentimes I'll just take a photocopy of the page. And this is 101 Famous Poems is the name of the book. And actually, when I put it in my printer, the whole book, it's more narrow than an 8.5 by 11 folded in half. And you can actually see how the book was like when I opened the pages up and put it down on my printer, I get all of the other pages in the book. And actually, you can see the cover of the book. It was red. So it's kind of like a cranberry colored red. So I thought that was so cool. I'm going to put this in her book, but I think I'm going to tear it down to just where I'm going to tear off the white, like this edge, because it doesn't represent that book. So I want to get right to where you can see the cover of that book, the 101 Poems, because I just think that's so cool how that's going to sit in the book, and it's going to look like an opened page to a book of poems. I think it's so cool. I'm so excited. If the words are on your screen, Kim is asking, the words are not on my screen, Kim, so you must have your closed captioning turned on your device. So if you're watching from your phone or your computer, go to the screen and find the closed captioning option and shut it off. I don't have it on my screen. I think that's a feature that you can control from your screen, just to help you out. Denise said she's in the middle of packing and moving, so her crafting time is limited right now. All right, I'm just trying to capture just the book cover is all I want to get. I'm trying to get rid of all the extra. Okay, here we go. One more side. And I think this will be, let's see, where do I need to go here? Right there, if I can do it. It's so slim, this piece. Oh, come on. All right. Even if it has like this little notch, I don't mind that because I like things chunky. Okay, now I want to fold it on its fold because I want it to look like an authentic book page. You know what I'm saying? See where I'm going? I do not like white, though, in my books, in the pages. So this has to get covered with something. What I did was I grabbed, this is a piece of decorative scrapbook paper that I painted on the other side. I just painted. I think I was using my jelly plate for this. So I'm going to glue this down onto here. It's basically double-sided. I'm going to glue that down onto there. It's going to give it, this is regular printer paper. It's going to give it a little more weight, and it's going to make it decorative on the other side. So we're going to glue these down. I could sew them, but I think I'm just going to take a minute to glue them down to each other. Hey, Susie, thanks for saying hello. Hey, Betty, welcome. Thanks for being here. If you guys are not regularly hanging out with us here at the Comfy Nest with Grace, I want you to know you're welcome. I'd be honored to have your company. If you ever want to, hang out with us more, I print my live schedule every week on Monday. It gets posted on the page and it gets pinned to the top of the page. So if you ever get over here, you can check that schedule to see when you can find me live in various places, like on YouTube or in my membership club. It's called the Craft Therapy Club. I go live pretty regularly in there and here on, the public facing page here on Facebook. Would love to have your company. Would love to have you join us. If you hit the follow button, and you'll get some notifications, hopefully. Hopefully, you never know. Or you can join my Telegram channel. I think all of us probably have Telegram channels set up where you can get live notifications so that you know exactly when we're going live, so you don't miss out on any of the fun. There are 2 more creators going live after me tonight. So there's, a couple hours left yet of this Journals on a Journey fun. I have to go to about right here. The nice thing about a glue stick, it dries pretty darn quick. And once, even if I go over the edge of where I want to be, like I've got glue here, it'll dry really quick. And then I'm going to tear this down to this same size of this page. And then it'll be decorative on each side. I could tear it now, actually. It's not going to take long. There's not much here to tear. It's just two sides. I'm going to tear this. And this will not go to waste. It'll get used for something. I don't waste anything. Like Cheryl said, I am like, really, I am a junk journaler in the very sense of it. If you have been watching my daily, my junky junk journal that I've been doing on YouTube on Fridays, I have been filling that thing with candy wrappers, tea bags, my kids' like school programs, things like that. It's been so fun to put that together. Now this feels a little damp because the glue is still a little bit wet. So I'm gonna let that sit like this until it's dry, and then I will fold that. That does not need to be sewn, so I'm gonna put it in the no-sew pile. Okay, so let's see what we got so far. I have a couple more options for pages, but I better count so that we know I'm not going too far over. I can't go any more than 10. I think I'm going to limit myself to 10 pages because that's what Cheryl put in her book. And Kris put 7 pages in her signature. So I'm going to be somewhere between 7 and 10. Oh, thanks, Roxanne, for sharing. Thanks for spreading the nest, tossing the nest, spreading the blessings. I appreciate you. Lynn says, Grace is the paper queen. I love me some paper. All right, let's count. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. Those will not get sewn, but we have 5, 6, 7. I have 8 pages now. I have room for 2 more if I want them. I had picked another book page from an art book that I have, and this is a isn't that Renoir? Yeah, that's a Renoir. This was from an art book. However, I think what I'm going to do is turn to these pages because I think an authentic junk journal is going to have pages from other books torn out, and this one is a colored book page. I don't know what the book was about. Maybe living on the prairie. I think it was a children's book. So you see it has the glossy kind of children's book page. I think this would be nice in here. It's short, it's small, but I think it's a really nice color scheme. And I do like to have a variety of things in a book. So let's just pretend. What will I want? I think I'm going to make this the cover of this. How much time do I have? I have like 6 minutes left. I'm trying to decide if I should sew now or save the sewing for another time. I think I'll save the sewing for another time, and let's just figure out. This will be the cover of the signature that I'm going to leave in her book. And just for the sake of, am I satisfied with the pages that I've pulled together? Let's just kind of put them together. I'm super visual, so I have to see it. I have to see it to know, am I going to like this way? Let's put some color next. We'll do this because it's really bright and colorful. And then maybe this page. And maybe the doily. Oh, it's feeling thick. It's in my hand, it's feeling really thick. Then maybe and you see I have this torn part from the notebook. The more torn, the better. The more chunky, the better. The more imperfect, the better, as far as I'm concerned. I actually think I want this on the top, not on the bottom. I had it situated on the bottom, but I think I want that on the top. But where's my December 5th? Oh, it'll be here. All right, we can think on that. I still have this gorgeous thick thing to get in here. Wow, it actually feels pretty darn thick. And then this is the last page that I have prepared so far. This is still rather wet, but I'm going to refold it and just see. Because I'm so visual, I have to have it together so I can see, do I like it this way or not? Do I need to add more? Okay, these will be sewn together. So it'll look like that. I think I might want the doily next. I changed my mind. I think I want the doily next. Isn't that pretty together? I don't know why that's what I decided, but that's what I want. And then pretending to flip through. I probably will end up putting an image on here. I don't want to cover it up completely. I still want it to say North Dakota zip codes, but I want to like soften that up. So I'll end up putting something on here. Like I haven't decorated the pages yet. That will come next. And here I'm not loving those two together. So maybe I'll do that. That's kind of a soft blue color, which actually complements that really well. So you play with the juxtaposition of everything as much as you want. Oh, I don't want that for the middle. I for sure don't want that for the middle. Okay, where's our little bird? Maybe the bird is so fantastic. Maybe I put the bird in the middle. I put the poem next to the, yeah. Yep. So this is like in real estate or in advertising, like the middle section is like prime time because you get the double spread, right? So if you have anything that's really incredible, when it's folded in half for all the other pages, you're only going to see half of the page at a time because the other half is embedded somewhere in there. But this page, you get to see the whole spread. So I do kind of like to put, if there's something pretty to be seen, that you could see it all on that middle spread. Okay, I think I'm actually quite happy with this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9. 9 pages. I could do a 10th. Should we do a music sheet? The word of God shall guide my feet on one side. This is authentic. This is from a really old hymnal, church hymnal. And it says the Bible on this side. Yes, this can go in here somewhere. It's really sweet. Thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate you guys so much. This is definitely going to go in here. I have some sewing to do. Where do I want to put this? It might be pretty right in here and really soften up that calendar. If I put it right there. Okay, there's my 10 pages. I've got some sewing to do. I love this chunkiness. I will be adding lots of textiles to this. I'll be getting the tags in there. I've got to do the sewing. So it's not nearly done. I won't be sewing it into the actual spine of her journal until the very end, because I like to do, I'll have to take it to the sewing machine, and you want to do all that stuff before you fix it into the book. It's impossible to take it to the sewing machine when everything's sewn together. So I have a good plan. I have all my pages together. So stay tuned, because I'll be doing more work on this in the next few weeks before I send it off to the next person and sew it into the book. Thank you. I am from Boston, so thanks for liking my sweatshirt. This is my hometown. Okay, so let me tell you, it's already terrific. Thank you, Robin. So this was declined as a page in this book. This I'm not going to use. So I pulled this for this book. I was going to do the same thing. This is white on one side, so I was going to use another painted paper with it. And although I love this paper because it's really grungy and wrinkled up, it's okay. They won't go to waste. They'll get used somewhere else. I had this pulled. I still may use these birds. Like, I love birds, and this page here is going to need something, is going to be like stuck into this pocket, and we'll show through this frame, that little photo frame. So like maybe one of these birds will end up here. So I'm going to reserve this, keep it with the book, because it may get used in the end. The other rejected pages, I have a bin that I just keep pages that are junk journal worthy. So that'll go back in that bin. And then I keep everything, all of the scraps from cutting these pages up, I keep them together with this signature, so that when I'm looking for little bits of paper to make pockets or to make little embellishments for this book or tags or things like that, I'll use the scraps from all of these pages so that there's some semblance of order. There's some coordination with all of the embellishments that go in, because I'm going to use all the paper scraps that are left over from what I cut down on these pages. So, like I might use the little strip of leftover paper from this somewhere in here to make a little belly band or something. So it'll all, in the end, it'll all look really coordinated. but I like it super chunky, so I'll be adding a lot more to this. So keep that in mind and stay tuned. Please make sure you're following my page. We do have 2 more creatives tonight going live, showing demonstrations of our other the other books that are part of this 5 journals on a junk journals on a journey. So your next creative that's live is Dina from Designs by Dina, and I'm putting her link in the comments right now. So if you just click on her link, you'll head on over to her page and we'll check out what she's doing in the book that she has. So I'll see you over there. I'll be in the comments with you guys over there. And then for the creative after that, we'll have 1 more creative demonstration after that. So stay tuned. Have fun watching, you guys. Have a beautiful, blessed night. Bye.